guys, welcome to the Mom Voice. This is Lauren and Sarah with episode 82.
Lauren, this just in, the CDC is now suggesting that we have a virtual Halloween.
A virtual costume contest.
Virtual costume.
More ideas that just make me laugh out loud.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, good ideas, good intentions, but come on.
I guess it's just still so weird to hear some of the things that they're suggesting, like the changes to life.
I know.
And I totally, I've heard actually of a few people I know who have COVID who are kind of struggling with it right now. And so my heart so go out to those people. But it's still kind of jarring and question mark when we read some of these funny things.
I know. We're so dying for we're coming into the holiday season, and this is the one thing that could save 2020. The holidays, we all love it, but what is it going to look like? What is this going to be like? I mean, are we going to have to really still, Halloween specifically, tweak a lot of things? Halloween's like a double-edged
sword here.
Because a lot of the costumes tend to have masks, but then you are literally handing out food, candy and treats as the main concept. So I don't know.
You're kind of passing germs a little bit. But yeah, we're going to talk about it. In this episode, we are going to hit on fall break really quick. We're going to talk about Halloween, trick-or-treating. We've got some costume ideas. We're going to talk about what we're going to be doing with our family.
Yeah, we're kind of all over the map.
But it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
So last year around this time, we shared our spooky stories.
Yeah, and we were kind of debating, if you're out there listening, we love a good ghost story, scary story,
true crime, all the things.
The things. So if you have lived a really interesting, scary story to tell, please DM us. We would love to do a scary story episode again, and it would be really cool to have different things we've never heard, true stories, real experiences. So DM us if you have something you would want to share.
Yeah, we're on Instagram at the Mom Voice Podcast. Hit us up in the DMs.
You can also email too.
Yeah, you can email us.
It's up on there too, but it's the Mom Voice Podcast at Gmail.
Yep, it is. And yeah, all things true crime, spooky, ghost, not deja vu, psychics, all those things.
Anything fun, creepy,
send your stories.
Eerie, we want it.
We totally do. All right. Well, let's just jump right in. We are in fall break right now when this episode airs.
Yep.
What do you and your family have going on?
It's funny because I would say 80% of fall break, we don't make plans because usually it's coming right off of some other trips or weekends.
Summer. You're fresh off summer.
So we usually are in town, but this year we're actually going to the beach. So we're really excited to get back to Southern California and just lounge at the beach. It's still really nice weather out this way into October, especially out there. And so it will be nice. We're doing that with the kids. And
so fun.
Yeah.
I know. We don't really have any plans right now.
No plans. Yeah.
We don't really do break plans. And I wish we did. I feel like it just kind of creeps up on me. And I'm like, oh crap, it's fall break, it's spring break. I need to be better about planning those weeks out.
I think especially as our kids get older and it's harder to pull them out of school, we will really work around our breaks.
Yeah.
But right now we've both been just, it's easier to miss a day, a Friday and a Monday and do something here or there and not just focus on 1 week out of the whole fall semester.
Yeah. But the thing that you get screwed with there are the crowds and the prices and all of it. And we were huge Disneyland goers a few years ago when our kids were not in school, and we always worked around the fall breaks, the spring breaks.
Exactly.
Because you just get screwed over with crowds and stuff.
Everything's a little busier. So there is it's a mix. It's a mix of both.
Now we have dance schedules and ball schedules and things to work around.
But that is the nice thing about breaks is usually the sports and teams accommodate that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is now you have to factor that in, missing practices.
Really pulling out on an off scheduled time is getting harder.
Yeah. So. But so your Prenda group, they don't have school the week of fall break.
No. Yep. They go with the district schedule, so that will be really good. Really good. Yeah. For some reason, I'm going into it. I don't know how most of you feel, but I feel like I'm going into fall break feeling pretty normal. I know still things are going to be limited. We would have actually liked to have done a theme park or something while we were out there, but most of them are still closed in the California area. But I don't know. Do you feel like people are kind of back into the traveling thing or still hesitant?
I think there's still a lot of hesitancy out there. I mean, even myself, I just had to like book a flight, and I still get a little like, oh, am I going to catch COVID on this flight?
Sure.
Not that I'm
Yeah.
scared of getting it at this point. I think I'll be fine. I really do. But for people who are around me, it still like enters my head, and I'm like,
Sure,
quarantine and all of that. No, I think it's definitely like still a thing. But I think people are starting to think like going to a local hotel or to a public pool or to a splash pad, like things we weren't doing 6 months ago.
Right.
I think they're starting to be okay with going to the park again and little things like that slowly.
Yeah, and I think if people are just still being aware, wash your hands,
which
and,
is great.
and maybe wear the mask in certain areas or certain situations. I think we're learning to live with COVID.
Exactly.
And we have to at this point.
We have to like learn how to adapt and deal with it. It's like not going away anytime soon, I don't think. Right. But yeah, so let's talk. So what is your family, jump into like your Halloween plans. Have you even thought about it at all? Have you guys actually, you have gotten costumes.
Well, yes. That's going to be my hit. So I'll go into that a little later. But yes, it's funny. I got a text from a neighbor with a few of us on the thread, and just being like, "Are you guys trick or treating this year?" And so my husband is like on this mission to be like, "Yes, we are." Like, if we do it as a neighborhood or as a community or people, we have like a system, like leave your lights on if you want, if not off, if you don't, whatever. But yeah, we want to trick or treat. I mean, I know that might be taboo and the off opinion, but we want to. I think if, we're being aware of it and we have our antibac, or we stop at home and wash every, block we go or whatever, I think we can be smart about it.
Well, and again, too, I think it's important to like assess it based on where you live. Yeah. So like if you're up in like the Dakotas or like somewhere where COVID has not been like a huge breakout or issue, I think you can probably be more lenient. But like if you live in like a super urban city where COVID is like a really huge issue right now, like obviously take more precaution and stuff. So like I don't think it's necessarily one size fit all, but I love that you guys are like taking a neighborhood approach to it.
Yes. And on top of that, I think we're going to do like a block party type thing, like in our cul-de-sac, where, we're just going to have food and hanging out, because realistically, the kids are probably only going to get half the doors answered that they hit. Yeah. If that, so they know that will be, they're not getting as much treats or candy. So we'll just try to make more of a party out of it and celebrate.
And those are people you see every day anyway.
People that were
your kids
at the
are
bus
already
stop
around them,
or we're at each other's houses. And so it's like that the exposure is already there. We're not worried about that, and just making it fun. I know that most other festivities will be taken from us.
Totally.
Our church party, even school celebration.
The fall festival at school.
Festival. Yeah, those things are already going to be gone and out of the question this year. So I just feel like I want to keep that Halloween night alive and do something.
Yeah, I think there's a way to do it like smart. And so what I'm kind of envisioning in my head is like us putting a big bowl of candy like at the end of our driveway or something, or like, kind of 6 feet away or whatever, and like not really having to restock it, and then us sitting outside by like a fire or something with friends that we see, and just kind of being like, take 1, take 3, whatever, like, hey guys, cute costume, like whatever.
Yeah, that's
just
a
kind of
great
like
idea.
walk by.
That's a great
Instead
idea.
of them like coming to my door, knocking, touching my door handle, all that stuff. I was just thinking we would like have like a block party, not a block party, but sit in my driveway, put the bowl of candy kind of out, and just like let them grab as they go.
Yes.
And that's kind of what I've envisioned.
Do you feel like all the hands in the bowl would be equally like worse than you giving it to them?
I don't know.
Because
no, not necessarily.
All those kids' hands?
Not necessarily. I just think, I just don't necessarily want to come in close contact with like 19 billion kids. Not that I would. I think numbers will be drastically declined this year. So by half the candy that you normally do, or maybe the ones who come by will get a lot. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know, but I do want to hold on to it too. Because my kids are just in that magical age.
I know.
Where it's so fun to them, and like
it's the highlight of like their year. It's like one of their favorite days of the whole year.
Yes, it's so fun. So I want to find a way. We got all of our decorations out, and I'm trying to like make it as special as I can. But I do just chuckle at like some of these high risk things.
Well, let's touch on what the CDC is like saying and suggesting. So first off, I'll start with the low risk. The low risk activities they're suggesting are carving or decorating pumpkins with members of your household and displaying them.
Yeah, we do that.
Decorating your house and apartment or living space. Doing a Halloween scavenger hunt where children are given lists of Halloween themed things to look for while they walk outside from house to house admiring Halloween decorations.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Having a virtual Halloween costume contest.
That's weird. Sorry.
So funny. Like, get on Zoom with your cousins and show them your costumes.
I'm sorry, but that's a little crazy.
Having a Halloween movie night with people you live with. Having a scavenger hunt style trick or treat search with your household members around your house. So hide the candy throughout your house.
That's cute. That is kind of a cute idea.
These are cute, but they're pretty much saying don't leave your house.
Yeah, right.
So these are low risk. So moderate would be participating in one-way trick-or-treating where individually wrapped goodie bags are lined up for the families to grab and go while continuing to social distance. And I do think that's not a bad idea.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Cute little baggies, and just put 2 or 3 pieces in them and, tie them with a ribbon and just it's a little more work.
Or
they just have to take one and go and then they're not touching the whole bowl of candy.
Or they even have like those little paper bags,
yes,
that you could just pop
slide
like 2
in
little.
Or slide in a pencil on a candy or do something different this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that's a cute idea that it's individually wrapped. It's a little more work, but then it's also kind of fun for the kids. I think it's like a little
get them
present.
Involved. Do a little assembly line.
Yeah,
get the kids
with
involved.
your own kids. Totally.
Yeah.
Have a small group outdoor open air costume parade where people are distanced more than 6 feet apart. Attending a costume party held outdoors where protective masks are used and people can remain more than 6 feet apart. A costume mask, such as for Halloween, is not a substitute for a cloth mask, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Because I do think it's like works for Halloween because Spider-Man, Batman, there's so many characters. Caleb's Kylo Ren has a full covered mask. Yeah. So I do feel like that's pretty safe.
That's a funny bullet point that the cotton is more acceptable. Okay.
It says continued there. A costume mask should not be used unless it is made of 2 or more layers of breathable fabric that covers the mouth and nose and doesn't leave gaps around the face.
Oh.
Which I think, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Going to an open air one-way walk through haunted forest.
We don't
really have that here.
Right.
Visiting a pumpkin patch or orchard where people use hand sanitizer before touching pumpkins or apples. Wearing masks is encouraged. Outdoor movie. Okay, higher risk activity. Participating in traditional trick-or-treating where treats are handed to children who go door to door. Having a trunk or treat where treats are handed out from cars lined up. Attending crowded costume parties. Going in an indoor haunted house where people may be crowded or screaming.
I know.
Going on hay rides or tractor rides with people who are not in your household. Pretty much that's all.
Well, okay, yeah. The haunted house thing kind of makes total sense to me. You don't know what you're touching. You're
and you
screaming.
don't know who's in there. There's
oh my
yelling.
gosh. Yeah, I don't trust that at all. And we got to talk haunted houses in just a minute.
Yeah,
we are going to get there. But that is super interesting.
Sense. I know. And it is funny. I mean, the traditional trick-or-treating is you're going up to a stranger and exchanging something. So it is I know it is a funny thing. So, but I do like the idea, like you said, putting your bowl out, individually wrapped things, or wearing surgical gloves and just changing them out every 2 or 3 knocks, just if you're wearing plastic gloves and maybe changing those, that would be a good way to do it. Or just think of a total alternative, having a block party, having a family party, keeping your kids in with a scary movie.
Right.
I mean,
that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Other ideas.
And I'll be honest, my kids are at an age where they're kind of done after 5 or 6 streets.
Well, I feel like my kids, could easily be satisfied getting, 20 doors open to them. And then, especially with this year, we'd be like, that's as good as it's going to get this year. And that's okay. So, yeah.
Okay, well, let me ask you. So that's us handing out the candy, or that's what we're going to do on that angle. In regards to what your children bring home, what are you thinking about that? Are we going to spray it with Lysol? Are we just going to let them take their chances?
I think that's a good idea. If they're all, I remember, well, it's funny because I can clearly remember as a child, even commercials on the TV telling you to inspect your candy when you got home.
Totally.
And to go through them, make sure nothing was opened. It was such a thing. I don't know if that was a common thing in the 90s or 80s that kids were poisoned by their Halloween candy, but like I
Right.
remember that being so on guard, like check your candy. I have like kind of checked my kids' candy in the past. Like they love to organize it and go through it and pile it up. But for me to be like, oh my gosh, the corners, throw it away. Like I'm just never been that way. So this year I do think maybe them spreading it out and organizing it. And then before they even like, get into it, maybe do a quick Lysol spray at a distance. I don't know. I mean, what is your idea?
That. You could do like a spray down, or you could like put it on like a tablecloth or a plastic tablecloth, and then they could open it with gloves, fresh gloves, because you have to assume the candy is individually wrapped, right?
Sure.
And the germs are on the wrapper, and you don't want to transfer the germs to your child. I don't know. This whole thing is so weird.
You're saying that kids need to open each of their candies with gloves on.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of ways you could like minimize the germ. I would just
hope that people I guess that's the thing. Let's say this here and now, like come together as moms. Let's put that pressure on us passing it out. Either bag it up so that we know our kids aren't touching multiple pieces of candy from whoever.
Right.
Or second, wear gloves when you're passing it out. Yeah. So then it's just like, on both ends, there's a little bit more protection. Yeah. Because I don't think that's realistic for me to think my kids, every time they're going to go reach for a candy, they'll put on gloves.
Yeah.
Do you?
No, I don't. Now that I say it out loud.
So,
I say we spray it down.
Or maybe you put it on the shelf for 2 days. Don't the germs kill off within like a day or two or something? I
have no idea.
I do think that germs do not last long. COVID germs do not last long on hard surfaces.
Okay, you need to verify that.
I heard Dr. Fauci say that.
Oh, okay.
I know that they don't survive like longer than like a few hour period on a hard surface.
Oh, well that's
it's
good.
It's normally transferred by droplets, yeah. And not even necessarily touch, but like droplets.
Well, yeah, then just have a waiting period.
Yeah, so maybe if you let them do 2 or 3 pieces, you peel it open for them, you say, okay, and tomorrow, give it 24 hours on the shelf, and then you can like, okay, we'll pass. And then that begs the question. Let's just jump right into that.
Yeah.
We were going to talk about, what do you do with all your candy?
What do you do with it?
We probably talked about this in the past, but what do you do with your candy? Do you let your kids go for it? Because that's the thing. Maybe they're going to do the switch. Maybe you're going to buy it off of them. Maybe you're going to give it away. What do you do?
Well, I'll be 100% honest. My children, like the fun for them is in collecting it and looking at it. When it comes to eating it, I feel like they max out after about 5 pieces. And in the past, after a day or 2, I kind of hide their bucket.
And they forget about it.
And it kind of goes away.
Mine do too.
One year, I did do the toy exchange where we turned it in. They got to pick like 3 pieces, and then we went to Target and we bought like a $15 toy or something in exchange for all the candy. But that was more like cavity based. It wasn't germ based. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna probably do the toy thing again. They like that a lot. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to gauge how excited they are about the candy.
Right. Because they are getting older. I mean, before I think like when they're little, but like I feel like there's something about candy like a 5 to 10-year-old. They just think candy's like the be all.
Yeah.
It's just so great. My kids as well, normally kind of honestly what I let them do on Halloween night, they can just eat their face off.
Go crazy.
Like they're just going crazy and I know they're going to pay for it later, but I just like let them go for it. And then we put it away. And then normally there's like a, we don't give our candy away. We've never given it away. We always have it. It's like really a big deal to them. Yeah. So I just either like ration it, like you get like 3 pieces a day, or like after X, Y, and Z is done during the day, you can pick it out. Yeah. But we've never given it away. This might be a great year to start or try that, to be like, hey, I'll buy your candy off you for $15 and we can go to Target. And then therefore the germs and the candy, the sugar is not there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So that could be a good option to try.
I will say, okay, let's say you're out walking your neighborhood and you see the popcorn lady who's always out making popcorn bags, or the cotton candy giveaway.
Yes, right.
Are you going to partake in that?
But I wonder if those people really would do it this
I don't
year.
know. I feel like you have some rebels who will. Who like...
So they're making like popcorn bags or fresh cotton candy.
Don't you have
like
that?
Yeah,
I feel like we have 1
houses.
or 2 people who like
they generate root beer. They make like fresh root beer right there. Yeah,
I think I'm gonna pass those.
Yeah. I would think so.
Not
too.
this year.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that's a little too close for comfort for me. Okay, so mask ideas. You sent me over some like fun things.
I know. We'll have to share some pictures on our stories this week.
Well, let me ask this. Are you and George dressing up this year?
We have a costume party we go to every year.
Yeah.
And she is going to host. She's a good friend. I've seen her multiple times through this pandemic. Yeah. So yeah, we will go. For us, it's like literally tradition. It's not Halloween without it. So it's like super fun. And I do trust the situation. I trust the people and most of the people that will be there. So yeah, I'll do it. But we don't know what we're going to do yet.
Is she having like, is it going to be a mask party?
She is going to play up the theme, I believe, masquerade this year, which I mean, how could you not?
Yeah.
So, but that means a lot of things. Like a true masquerade only covers your eyes. So it's but she, I think, will just play on like words of like wear any type of mask. And, like I mentioned before, Batman is a full face mask. Superman, it's a full like wrap mask over your head.
Yeah.
All the Star Wars guys mostly, like Darth Vader or Kylo Ren, they have masks.
There's so many for boys. For girls, it's a little harder.
Girls is trickier.
Yeah.
And that's why I will share some pictures. There's some really fun actual face masks. So if you do feel the need or want to be safe wearing an actual medical mask, they have a ton on Etsy, a ton on Amazon that have like play up into a costume. Like if you're doing a mummy or a skeleton, there's these really cute hocus pocus witch ones. And it's just like a costume mask because it like gives you the big nose and the funny lips. And so then really you just need like the wig and like the eye makeup. Yeah. And so then it looks really cute.
That is
so
cute.
I'm like, you can really play up even the medical masks this year. I think if you get creative and you look around, Disney actually, even on Shop Disney, they have a Mickey mouth, even prior to costume stuff. They had a Mickey mouth, a Pooh Bear mouth.
What does Mickey's mouth look like?
Well, it's like a big, like, it's got the big black, like, button nose. Okay. And then it's like a big grin with the cheek, the cheeks. I'll share some of them. And I think they had a Pooh Bear, Aristocats, Mickey. Yeah. So there's a few of those. So if you really want to even go that route.
That's cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
Well, I wanted to ask you, because you and George, I feel like when Halloween comes around, and whenever a couple costume party is brought up, I just start panicking. I feel like couple costumes are so hard to come up with.
Yeah, they are. They can be, definitely.
So, but you and George do so many. You've had so many really good ones.
Well, and the hard part about this for us is we go to a party with like, in the past, it's been like 25, 30 couples. So like everything is being done and you want to be original. And she always does like fun costume prizes. And so you really want to like stick out. And it's hard to do that when you have 20 creative couples.
So hard.
So we have come up with really random, but like trying to like be different, but fun things.
I want you to share some of your past couple ideas.
Okay. And I will say a lot of my costumes come when I find like a core piece, like, oh my gosh, we could do this. And then we like elaborate. Like one year George has a Scottish kilt. So we were like, oh my gosh, like what should we do with this kilt? And we did Braveheart. So he wore like the kilt and the ripped open shirt and his face was painted half blue. And I was just like this cute, like Renaissance damsel girl. And
where are you finding that costume?
I found that at Goodwill. I mean, again, I don't know if I'd shop at Goodwill right now, but Goodwill has always had just such fun costumes.
Yeah.
Or, offer up if you want secondhand or
just wash it.
Go for it. Yeah. Just wash it real good. So we've done Braveheart. Another year when it was like a random thing, I had this funny like skating helmet that I found. I don't even know, given to us. I don't even know where it came from. So we did roller derby chicks, and George
remember that.
George was a roller derby girl, and we like wore skates on our shoulders and helmets, and we like roller derby.
Yeah.
They're kind of like these die-hard, tough, crazy girls.
Yeah.
So we had these like weird, wild costumes, and he had this shirt on the back that said beef Patty, Patty, because they all have like these funny names, play on words.
Yeah.
So we did a roller derby year. Like 2 or 3 years ago, we did Dancing with the Stars. Again, I found this really fun, total like salsa ball gown at Goodwill. And I was like, I got to wear this. So we happened to find this like blue tuxedo and we made him wear no shirt. You know how they are.
Yeah.
And so we were these like total funny. And I made a mirror ball trophy.
Yes.
So we did Dancing with the Stars. Last year, traditionally, we did Cinderella and Prince Charming. I have the ball gown. I loved it. That was so fun. But at the party, I've seen such fun creative things too. One time I saw Elf on the Shelf and like he and her in the total costumes, like the red unitards with like the little apron and the little white collars and the hat. It was so cute.
So cute.
One year we saw KFC. What is that? Mr. Colonel?
Yeah. The Colonel.
The Colonel or whatever.
Yeah.
Colonel Sanders with like the little goatee and all that. And then she was like this really cute little chicken, like this cute chicken costume, like feathery chicken costume. So that was super cute. We've done really fun play on circus. One year our whole group did circus and we had a muscle man and clowns and a magician and the ringleader. It was like just like a fun
The circus
get-up.
thing is so cute.
Yeah, that was really cute. Oh, and my one friend Savannah, she was a tightrope walker and that cute with the umbrella. We had a lot of really cute little things in that group.
Well, and I remember when you were pregnant, you did like an 80s rocker.
Oh,
with the
forever
hair
ago with you on Halloween with you, like when I was first baby pregnant.
Yeah.
We were 80s rockers, yes, and
with the wigs and all, and it was
then
so cute.
I thought you were going to say right after I had Caleb, like I felt like I was still pregnant. I was just still super big and whatever. Just right after I'd had Caleb though, we did Shark Attack. Do you remember that?
Yes.
We felt really creative with that too because we had this random shark head, like full shark head that you wear like on your body. So he was the shark and I was the surfer swimmer and I had like a boogie board cut into like
That's so
chewed it,
cute.
and I was all banged up.
Oh, I love that.
It's just random. We get super random and creative. But I feel like it's like when you go and find like a fun piece and then you're like, oh, how can we play this? What can we do with this?
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Get creative.
those are just some of our ideas and they're very out of the box. They're not the general like Superman and Superwoman or, you know,
the Minions.
Cinderella and Prince Charming. That's pretty general, but yeah. So,
Oh, I love that. Okay, well, it would not be a Halloween episode without talking about haunted houses.
yeah.
You love them.
I don't love them, but
Whatever.
I just think they're so fun.
You love them.
It's such an experience. And Sarah, how do you feel about them?
I hate them so much.
Yes.
Like on so many levels. I hate them. We've had some funny experiences in the past.
Yeah, we have.
To remind you guys, my birthday is the day before Halloween. And so I feel like every year I'm getting screwed over because
Every year it's a Halloween festivity.
we're always wanting to do a Halloween festivity or we're going to a haunted house. But I can remember, what do you think is all-time worst experience of Sarah freaking out in a haunted house? Was it college or a few years ago?
That's hard.
Because I've had a handful, guys, where Lauren has been with me and I legit freeze up. I freeze, my body won't move.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope, not going any further. I'm freaking out.
I think the first experience still tops it.
Does it?
It
was so
Why don't
bad.
you tell it?
Well, we went when I was 21. It was my 21st birthday. And there's Alice Cooper. You know Alice Cooper,
Yeah.
the rocker from the 70s. He lives here in Arizona. And they have like a haunted house area, whatever. I don't know what you call it.
He must even like fund it and run it.
He must
but it's
invest
like the
in
Cooper
it.
Town. It's
Yeah.
Coop Town or Cooper
I don't know,
Town.
but there's like 3 haunted houses there and they're like a little crazy. I don't know. I think they're supposed to be pretty intense. Anyway, Lauren, my other friend, whatever, they have this brilliant idea when we're 21. Let's go do the haunted house.
Yeah, let's go. It would be so fun.
At this point in my life, I don't think I had ever done a haunted house, period.
Ever?
Ever.
Oh my God.
Okay. And so I didn't know I had the fear that I did. And long story short, we're like going through, and you know, these creepy high school drama students who work these stupid things, they're like coming up in your face.
Yeah, they're in your face.
They're
they
talking.
can't touch you, but they're like super close, yelling, screaming. That one was scary.
It was horrible. All I can remember is literally like freezing up and I had to go out the emergency exit.
Well, we were like in this like train formation. Was I in front or back?
You're always in front.
I was in front and her head was burrowed into my back, holding my shoulders.
Yeah.
Like she's like, okay, like I'm dragging her through. And then halfway through, she said, I can't, get me out of here. And she went through the emergency exit.
I did. And Lauren, every single time she's like, you pansy. No, you're not.
I can't help but laugh about it. But I mean, I get it. It is like terrifying. But like, I kind of go into this like mind frame of something will jump, something will scream. Just like my heart will can take it because I know it's coming.
Oh my
But
gosh.
if I were to just like be thrown into it, like, or someone were to jump and scare me not knowing,
Dude.
I'd probably drop to the floor.
My
But it's
anxiety
weird.
level is like next. I can't deal. And so a few years ago, 10 years later after
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
experience,
we
I'm like,
try
I can do this
again.
again. So we go with all of our girlfriends, and you just crack me up so much because the whole time Lauren is like calling people out, all the actors. I see you over there. You're doing that. I see you. I know you're coming for me.
Again,
I know
it's
that.
like my coping
Yeah.
mechanism.
She's talking to them the whole time, and it's so cute. But did I go through? I did or I did not? Did I go through that one? I know I
Well,
did.
if you knew I did that, then yes.
Yes,
Because
I
I
went
do
through it.
remember doing that in that one.
And I was buried in your back again. I know I was. But then there was another time when I chickened out and I didn't do it.
Yeah,
But
there was a time you totally, like half the group just wouldn't even go. So we just
it's
did
just
it on
so
our own.
intense. But I will
But it was so
never,
fun.
ever, ever, ever forget when we were in college, you went on a date with a guy.
Oh,
Lauren.
yes.
And you guys, her just coming back to our apartment telling me about it gave me anxiety.
Oh, I can't believe that dude. He was a really nice guy too. That he took me on a date. I think our first date to a
Yeah.
haunted house, and it was the scariest one I think I've ever been to.
You
I had to crawl through something.
Yeah, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And it was a glass tunnel. So underneath, there's like people like crawling, yelling at me. Oh, and then there was a room, like this insane asylum room, where they're like swinging dead bodies from the ceiling, and they're not actually dead. It was crazy.
I still have nightmares about you telling me that you crawled through that thing. I'm like, who in the hell comes up with these things? First of all.
No, I know.
Oh my gosh.
And what guy thinks like, oh, I'm going to take, maybe he thought, okay, she'll like hold my hand and all that, because I was like terrified and I just had to like suck it up.
Oh my gosh. Who was it?
What
Don't
was
say his name.
No, you wouldn't remember
Oh,
him.
I wouldn't.
only
Okay.
went out with him once or twice.
Yeah, he burned his chances after
And it
taking
was
me there.
actually, I think I had already met George. No, I met George on Halloween. So it was like the 3 weeks before meeting George. He was one of like my
Yes.
last like random dates I went on. And he was a
Yes.
really nice guy.
No, he wasn't. If he took you to a haunted
I
house.
know. Yeah.
That's
whatever.
creepy.
Creepy.
Anyway,
Creepy's right.
you guys, how do you feel about haunted houses? I'm not a fan. They creep me out.
Yeah,
I think I'm done.
Maybe that will be your real life true scary story.
I'm
of
literally
some time at a
pulling my
haunted
hair
house.
out right now
Yeah,
as we're talking about it.
She is.
Oh my
she
gosh.
literally is.
Ew. Okay. Anyway, well, I wanted to say too, another thing that I really love doing with my kids that we've done the past couple of years in our neighborhood is booing someone. So like the you've been booed thing. And I think that's kind of a safe way to keep your distance from people and share the holiday spirit. We're going to post a you've been booed sign on the blog of our website. We're like so horrible at doing our blog, but we throw things up there every now and then. We're going to put a little PDF out there that you can print and use, and tell us what being booed is, Lauren.
So you leave a treat, some sort of little gift at the door for somebody, and you leave a piece of paper that says you've been booed. So then they put that on their window.
Right.
And well, two of them. You leave two of them.
Yeah.
So they put that on their window so the neighbors or other friends know that they've already gotten a treat. And then it's your responsibility to set up a new treat or gift for another friend or neighbor. And you go drop it, knock on the door, doorbell ditch, and you leave 2 pieces of paper you've been booed for them.
Yeah.
So then you're giving, no.
You receive and then you give.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you are giving them one, and then they have to have a second to hang. And
Yeah.
so-
And I've seen, I remember the first time we had it done to us, it was so fun for my kids. And we got little pencils. You can get so creative with
Yes.
it. You can do a treat. You can go to Target Dollar Spot. You can get dollar store stuff, whatever. But I think it's a fun way to kind of be neighborly and
Oh, well, and get into the spirit of things.
Yeah.
I think it's totally fun. And I
Yeah.
think it's cute, and it's a way to know that someone's thinking of you,
Yeah.
especially in this weird time when you can't really
Totally.
see everybody. So
100%. So go get that PDF and you can use it. But do remember you need to print off 2 when you're booing someone. Okay, girl, that's our Halloween talk.
Yeah, I know.
We hope
lots
you
of
guys,
things.
we hope you have a really safe and fun and happy Halloween.
Absolutely.
It might be a little weird, but we'll get through it we do everything else this year.
Right.
Okay, let's wrap this one up with our hits and misses of the week. What was your hit, Lauren?
Yeah, I was just going to say I am pretty much done with Halloween costumes. So I
Oh.
felt good about that, just being ahead of the game. We've had them for about a week or two, and just knowing what everybody wanted, finding things on sale, like getting it all squared away. Yeah, my kids love to dress up. Like
That's
Halloween,
impressive.
Yeah, Halloween's just such a fun thing for them, like I said. And so it's just kind of getting them excited.
Are they themed or no?
No
Okay.
theme this year.
Yeah.
Like we've got Kylo Ren, Spider-Man, Princess, and Tristan really wants to be this like blow up thing. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like trying to talk him out of it, to be honest, because I want him to kind of live one more year as like a fun little kid and pick a cool character or something, but we'll see. So.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
I have not even thought twice about, well, I lie. We went to Target and like looked at them, but it was all like lame choices. I didn't love any of it, but we do love doing a theme.
Yeah,
and
I think that's great.
For years now, I've been trying to do the bones, like we're all skeletons.
So cool.
But we never did it. And I wanted to do it when I had a baby. So I had a baby bones, but we never did that. So maybe that ship has sailed. Now the kids really have input and they really want to be certain things.
Oh, but you've got to do it. You've got to do that.
I know. Maybe we will this year. So, okay. Well, my hit of the week is actually a really, really huge hit. So we've mentioned many times that we are back. I'm back in school pretty much full time now. My daughter and my middle son. And like you said on last week's episode, like just like that, we were thrown back into the crazy mornings, you know, fighting with them to get dressed when they just want to go watch TV and veg out and stuff like that. And last week I had this brilliant idea when I was putting them to bed. I said, okay, guys, before you can watch any TV or have any kind of screen in the morning, you have to wake up and put your clothes on, brush your teeth and do your hair. And then you can go watch TV, because we were getting really hung up with them getting sucked into a show and me trying to pry them away from the TV.
Yep.
And so I will say it has worked so well. Both Kate and Landon wake up right away now. They have their clothes picked out, they're dressed, and they are downstairs by the time I wake up.
Love that. Good
and it's
for you.
incredible. It's incredible.
Good for you.
Oh my gosh. We have moved to showering at night.
There you go. I knew it was coming.
Because for so long, I always showered them in the morning because I thought their hair was easier to do. But we're doing that in the night now to where they just wake up and put their clothes on and we're good to go. So that was a big hit for me and I was excited about it.
I love that. Way to go.
Yeah,
what a good idea.
There you go. Okay. What is your miss of the week?
My miss is the current status of my fridge.
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
I literally have like next to zero groceries right now.
Shut up.
I don't know how I get this way, how we go to the bare minimum.
Oh my gosh. Have you seen mine?
No way.
It's packed. That's my problem. I buy too much crap. I'm so wasteful. No,
well, we were just talking about how we're both trying to like eat or cook and eat better and more meals, but then it's the fresh food that it gets you in the end, and it goes bad quick. So I totally get that, but maybe that's been my mind. Like I'm like, unless I'm literally cooking it tonight or tomorrow, I'm not buying it right now.
That's so smart.
Well, yes and no, but then I get in these positions where I'm like, well, crap, I'm like fully empty right now. I'm making lunch, like packing their lunches with like the bare minimum, which is just sad today. Like they got the heels of the bread.
Aww.
Poor kids.
That's so funny.
No, but I was like, okay, I've got to like do grocery, Costco, something today.
Yeah.
So no, I don't know how I like bump it. And I think because again, I try not to make the food the focus of my life because of trying to stay healthy and well and whatever. Yes, I have to like prepare for it, but I just don't like center my day around food. Like I just need to be more focused on top of it. Just some days it just gets like this and I'm literally, pantries are empty. My kids have eaten me out of house and home and now I've got to go do the haul and it's fine. I'll make it happen today, but it's like, I swear every 2 weeks I get to this point and I'm like, holy crap, it's bad.
I know. I totally. Well, funny enough, that was your miss because my miss this week is seriously the story of my life. And I'm kind of a broken record, but I am fully back on sugar. And I'm ready for another cleanse. I swear, Lauren, like as soon as I open the gate to letting myself have cookies, baked goods, I have no willpower. And it's not even about the weight at this point. It's about how crappy it makes me feel.
Right.
And I do so good for like a week or two where that's my problem. I'm all or nothing. I either am like enjoying it all. I have no like moderation, or I'm like cutting myself off 100%.
Yeah, right.
And so that's where it's just like, golly, but I do feel like the last week I've just been so wheels off with the sugar in my life.
Well, you don't look it. You look so great. And I know.
But I feel crappy.
It is good to like kind of get your head in the game, or just know, because we're going into the fall season. And like we said, we're going to have some like fitness talk here and just things to kind of, because let's be real, we're all coming off of quarantine and like COVID stuff. So we're all kind of feeling crappy as is, probably gained some weight through the summer and spring. And then going into the fall, we all can guarantee like a 3 to 5 pound, like between the treats and the candies and the dinners and the parties. So, well, who knows? Maybe that won't happen this year because we won't be socializing like we normally do. But it is good to just like think about it.
You know what got me? All the pumpkin spice stuff.
Oh, freak, I know.
The second I saw a pumpkin chocolate chip cookie, I was like,
I know.
Done. Give it to me now. I got one every single day last week.
Oh,
like,
I know.
I love them so much.
I know.
And I pay for it.
Like, it's funny because when I went and we got drinks for recording today, and she asked me, do you want a cookie? I literally had to like bite my tongue and say no, because they have that pumpkin chocolate chip.
I know.
And I've had it only once, and I like do not get it again, but it's my favorite.
Oh, it's so dangerous.
I don't know why we can't make pumpkin chocolate chip year round, because if it's really your favorite, but it is my favorite. And
it's so good.
Only like eat it in October, November, and I need it now.
I need, yes. Yeah. So that's my miss. And hopefully the holidays don't get the best of me, but that's where I'm at. So yeah, you guys jump on, share with us what you're going to be doing for your Halloween.
Yeah.
Hopefully this gave you some good ideas or food for thought. I do think it's super smart to get with your neighborhood and like kind of figure out where everybody's head is at. So you're not, kind of the oddball family.
Exactly. Right. Hopefully, if you have a network, try to reach out, or maybe your church group or something on the other, to just like make some options.
Yeah.
And, we'll do our best here.
And hopefully it's not like, maybe in some cities it's totally banned. I don't know.
I know in LA County it was banned, but you said you thought they might have.
I thought they lifted it, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Here we haven't heard anything so far. So as of right now, I think it's just like up to the individual choice.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's what we're thinking. Lauren's going to be sharing some of her costume idea photos.
I'll post some pictures this week.
We hope you have a great Halloween, and we hope you'll come back. We have some fun things planned.
And share with us your spooky stories.
Yes.
As we get close to Halloween, we'll have a spooky episode.
Yes. Share with us your spooky stories. They might be featured on the podcast. And then go to our website. It's mom-voice.com. You can download the You've Been Booed PDF and use that in your neighborhood. And anything else, Lauren?
And with the boo, I mean, if you don't know it or you haven't done it, then start it. It can be a great tradition for you to start maybe in your area.
It's so fun. I was so surprised the first year we got it, and it was so awesome. Okay, well, that'll do us for this episode. If you liked what you hear, please go leave us a rating and a review, and make sure you're subscribed. We have lots of really good content coming up. We have some exciting news to share about November, but we're going to probably wait until next week to put that out there. But hang around. You can find us on Instagram at
The Mom Voice Podcast.
And we post there throughout the week. You can DM us, ask us questions, all the things.
All the things.
All right, guys, that'll do us for today. We will talk to you soon.
Yes, take care of each other.
All right, bye-bye.